So I made 5 Discord accounts. Same phone, same Wi-Fi, same room. I joined one server with all 5 of them just to see what would happen. 3 were banned within the hour. And here's the thing. It wasn't because of anything they posted. I hadn't even said a word yet. No messages, no reactions, nothing that could get flagged for content. Discord banned them before they even got the chance to do anything wrong. So if it wasn't what they said, what was it? How could Discord tell these accounts were connected before a single word was typed? That's what I wanted to find out. Discord doesn't actually need your name to know it's you. And to be clear about who this is actually for, if you're managing multiple accounts for legitimate reasons, running a community and needing a separate mod or test account, testing a bot in a live environment without spamming your main, or just keeping different personas separate for privacy reasons. This is usually the piece nobody explains properly. Everyone talks about clearing cookies. Almost nobody talks about the network layer underneath it. It builds something called a device graph, basically a fingerprint of everything about your setup that isn't your username. Your IP address is the obvious one. Discord can tell if that IP is a home connection, a VPN, or a data center. And data center IPs get treated with a lot of suspicion by default, but it goes deeper than that. Your device leaves a fingerprint too. How many cores your CPU has, how your browser renders graphics, what fonts you've got installed, your screen resolution. None of that requires your permission. It's just there. And then there's timing. If 5 accounts get created 90 seconds apart, log in around the same time every day, and type at a suspiciously similar speed. That's a pattern. Discord's system doesn't need proof you're the same person. It just needs enough coincidences. I pulled up 2 of my separate accounts side by side here. Different usernames, different avatars. And look how much of this fingerprint data actually matches. That's the part people miss when they think a fresh install means a fresh identity. So back to that cold open. Same IP, same device, all 5 accounts joining the same server within a few minutes of each other. Discord's system didn't have to guess anything here. It just connected the dots almost immediately. Let me actually walk you through what got flagged and when, because the order it happened in is interesting. Notice what's missing from that timeline. There's no messages sent, no links posted, no reports filed by other users. Nothing about the content triggered anything because there wasn't any content yet. The network and the device did 100% of the talking here, and that's exactly the blind spot most people don't think about when they set up a second account. Okay, so if the IP is doing that much of the heavy lifting in how these accounts got linked, the obvious next question is, what happens if you actually separate it properly? This is where I brought in Fleet Proxy for this test. The idea is simple on paper. Instead of 5 accounts all sharing one IP address, each one gets routed through its own residential or mobile IP. And the reason that distinction matters so much is that data center IP ranges are basically pre-flagged before you even connect. Platforms maintain databases of which ranges belong to hosting providers and proxy services, and they weight those connections as higher risk automatically. Residential and mobile IPs don't have that problem because they look exactly like a real person on a real home or cellular connection. That's because, technically, that's what they are. Fleet Proxy's pool is built from actual residential and mobile network exit points, not server racks. So here's what I actually did. I set up 5 separate Fleet Proxy connections, 1 assigned per account, so each one appears to be coming from a completely different person in a completely different city on a completely different type of connection. No shared IP, no shared ASN, nothing obviously tying them together at the network level. If you want to try this setup yourself, I've got a link and a promo code down in the description for you. Same server, same 5 accounts, freshly created again, same exact actions as before, joining, sitting idle for the same amount of time, nothing posted. The only variable that changed this time is the network. 5 separate connections instead of 1 shared one. Here's what happened when I ran it. Not a clean sweep, to be fully transparent with you. 1 of the 5 still got flagged, and I'll get into why in a second. But compare that single flag to 3 outright bans in under an hour from the first test. That's a massive difference just from changing how the network side looks. So here's the honest, no hype takeaway. Separating the IP is not a magic bypass, and I don't want to oversell what this test showed. Discord still has device fingerprinting and behavioral timing signals running in the background regardless of what your IP looks like, and you saw that play out. One account still got caught even with a clean residential IP, most likely because the device level signature and the timing pattern were still similar enough to raise a flag. But what this test does show pretty clearly is that the network was the single biggest factor linking all 5 accounts together in the baseline run. Once that shared piece is gone, everything else gets a lot harder for the system to connect with confidence. It has to lean entirely on weaker, noisier signals instead of one obvious shared IP. If this helped, subscribe. I'm doing more of these breakdowns. Link and the promo code are down in the description. See you in the next one.